So let's meet our first guest this morning, who is a Bajan afar. You know his face. But if I said to you Dario Dvon, do you know who I'm talking about? That's Dario Dvon right there. Good morning to you, Dario.
Morning, morning.
Thank you for joining us. Where are you?
I am in Toronto, Canada right now.
Boy, is it cold? Really, 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 really cold?
It is. It is.
How do you deal with the cold, by the way?
It definitely took a bit of adjusting, but once I layer properly, I don't have any issues. It's really just commuting from place to place that it's cold.
Your voice in Barbados is matched to our climate. Your voice in Toronto, how does the climate affect it?
Ooh, I definitely have to do a lot more warming up for my vocals to deal with the weather. Uh, in Barbados, I would have been able to sing at a moment's notice because it's warm and my voice would be in a nice shape. But here, I have to do like a nice detailed warm up to make sure I'm ready for any performances.
And that detailed warm-up can take how long?
I usually have like a 5 minute, 5 to 10 minute quick warm up that I can do before a performance.
Wow. And you don't want to come home? So there you are now in Toronto, and you're still using the thing that drives your passion, the performance arts. And so talk to me a little bit about how you found your footing in Toronto so that you can continue to do the things you love.
From when I first came, I kind of looked for any music opportunities. I was connected to an organization called Beat Cave, and basically what they do, they put a group of artists together and allow them to collaborate and make music. So I really was looking for any opportunities that I could apply so I could learn, so I can develop. My plan really was to pursue my music career here. I'm doing music, I'm doing theater, I'm writing, trying to create a sustainable career for myself here in Canada. It has not been easy, it's a lot of ups and downs, but this year is going super well for me so far, and I'm going to keep going on that upward track.
You know, Toronto is such a developed metropolitan city in itself, you know that. It already has an established theatre art form and platform for a lot of artists. And so here's this little boy from Barbados who's found himself now among many other talented people to be seen, to be heard. As you said, had to be quite a struggle. Is there anything you had to do to make sure that you were seen and heard?
First, I had to believe in myself and believe in my talent. I think once you, as an individual, believe in what you're doing, that is the first step. I had to take the leap to apply for the things that I may have thought maybe this might not be right for me, but instead of me telling myself no, I would submit the application and allow the whoever is making the decisions to make that decision and not me stop myself from pursuing my dream. You know what I mean? So it's me being audacious, me being confident, and me being a go-getter is what really helps me in Toronto.
So there
Because
you
there's a
are.
lot of talent here, a lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So you walk into an opportunity to audition, and they ask you where you're from, and you say Barbados. And what is the reaction?
It's usually good. Uh, a lot. There is a lot of Caribbean influence here. Definitely a heavy Jamaica scene. There's other people in the Caribbean here, so it's Canada and Toronto is very much a melting pot of different cultures. And there's a strong Caribbean community because there's Caribana that they have here. If you go to the clubs, soca music is definitely played. So it feels very much like they're taking a lot of the Caribbean culture and using it in the different party scenes as well.
Interesting, indeed. But then you entered a competition, which you won. Talk to me a little bit about that competition.
Yes, the vocalist, the RBC Black Diamond Ball, the vocalist. The funny story is that I went last year, and I thought I had applied, but what I applied for was the mailing list. So I was there, and I had to watch the show. I had to watch the 10 competitors compete, and wait a whole year to compete the next year. So you have 90 seconds to impress these judges, and they're judging you on your artistry, your vocal capability, and your marketing. It's more about looking at the full package of an artist and who they think has that marketing appeal and that artist um, that artist look. Um, yeah, I sang my original song called King. This is kind of like the first competition that I sang like my own. Very rewarding to be the one that I won. So
Wow.
yeah.
So you're now really a triple threat at the end of the day. And how did that help you, or how did that open other doors for you for acceptance?
Well, right now, that I performed at the Black Diamond Ball, so that was televised. It's going to be televised on Sunday, and that's going to be here in Toronto. That's going to be on CVTV. Also, I was on the radio, so I had people telling me that they heard my name on the radio. So it's
Wow.
definitely promoted me as an artist and got my name a little bit more out there. Um, yeah, so people who may not have known about me here in Toronto are now hearing a little bit of Dario Dvon, and I think is an amazing step for my career here.
Fantastic indeed. But the other major step for your career is the role which you have landed in The Little Mermaid. I see you
Yeah.
smile because that must mean, I suppose, for you a big achievement.
Yes. From like I would have been watching musicals when I was a child. My father would have introduced musicals to me, and to play this iconic role is like a dream. I named my EP "Living the Dream," and I feel like this year I kind of manifested that. And I'm living my dream right now. So I'm playing this musical every weekend. It's so much fun. It's so nice to see the kids that come and dress up in like Disney costumes. It's a very rewarding role, and I enjoy the songs like "Under the Sea." Whenever I sing that, and the routine that we do is truly, uh, truly a dream to
And,
be on
and,
that stage
and part of
performing.
that dream is because you've always loved the character of Sebastian, which is what
Yes.
you've been picked to play. And there we are, I was just see elements of it, of some pictures on some of your characters on your screen.
Yes.
What did it take for you to immerse yourself into the character so that you truly show that you are Sebastian?
I'm working with him, the director Evan. He was very getting connected to the character. I really wanted to make sure I got the accent down. I mean, there's a little bit of a Barbadian accent that I'm doing, tied with a little bit of slight Jamaican, a little bit of Trinidad. So it's a kind of a mixture to make it nice and Caribbean.
Right.
Yeah, the the music, the dancing, the acting. I all worked with the whole cast and the team to kind of make it all together. For me personally, I think my only challenge was making sure I am able to dance, feel the vibe of Under the Sea, and sing on the stage as well.
So you've landed the role of your dream. You're living your dream through this role as well. And so you had to, and because you have to memorize, you have to remember your body must be in the right spot and that kind of thing to follow your light, basically. How much practice does it take to get it right for a performance?
Yes, I think now it's in my body. And it took a while. It took a while to get there, but now it's kind of like muscle memory. I know where I have to be. I know each scene because we've been doing it for a while. We started rehearsal since last year November, so we've been working on it for a while. And we started with Act One, then we went into Act Two. So I'm very confident in knowing exactly where I need to go. But definitely, I had to do like a lot of practice on my own to make sure that I was in the right spot. A lot of the cast that I'm working with, all of them went to like theater school.
Right.
So I would have worked a little bit with Operation Triple Threat in Barbados. I would have worked in entertainment at Sandals Barbados. So I would have had a little bit of experience, but I didn't go to like a theater school. So I'm in that space. I obviously want to make sure that I come as a professional. I look like I know that I know what I'm doing. So I make sure I put my best foot forward every time.
Daryl, when you look back, and I mean, you're still young, very young, and you look back at your life and you see where you are now and the journey to where you are now, how does that feel? What have you realized about yourself?
What I realized is that if I had took some of the negative things that would have said to me when I was younger or when I was growing up in my career and I had stopped, I would not have made it where I am right now. And I think, as I said before, believing in yourself, negative things happen or like setbacks happen, but it's staying true to the journey, staying true to the dream, staying dedicated to what I want to do. Right now, I'm writing my story. I'm not letting anybody else dictate how my story is going to go. I'm going to write it myself and make sure that every step and every decision that I make is leading to the destiny and the dream that I have.
You were not built to break. Never forget that line, Dario. You were not built to break. You were built to
Yeah. So
succeed. And so, what's next for you? You're playing the role of Sebastian in The Little Mermaid. What's next for
mhm.
Dario, as from your perspective?
Right now, I'm working on music. So I have a few releases coming out. I have a song called "Hey, How You Doing?" that's going to be coming out very shortly. And I kind of wrote that song thinking about all of my friends I would have left in Barbados and feeling like I know I miss you as well. And that is kind of what what the song kind of speaks
Hmm.
about. So I'm releasing music. I have my EP called "Living the Dream." I also wrote my own musical called The Voice that Colors the Silence,
Mm.
and I'm working on developing that. So right now, the EP, my own musical, and just making sure that there's other auditions and other opportunities. So I'm always hustling, I'm always applying for anything that I can
Yes.
to keep my dream and keep my drive going.
You've got that drive, Dario, and you've got that star quality as well. So continue doing well in Toronto, what you're doing. We only wish you but success. That's what we wish for you, Dario. So continuing representing Barbados so proudly in the platform and in the spaces where you are. And we thank you so much for what it means to you to be able to live your dream as well, because yours becomes then an example for others to follow. Thank you, Dario Dvon.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome indeed. Dario Dvon of Barbados. He's living in Toronto. He has now landed a big, big role in The Little Mermaid. He's preparing his EP. He's telling his life and his life story. And so he can't wait to share with all the rest of us his living of his dream through his music and his other expressions as well. And we commend him for doing so.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.